So the UK has entered another lockdown. Yippee. Since most things I love have been closed, I've been playing more video games, and since everyone in my flat is a bona fide Star Wars nut, we've been playing a whole lot of Star Wars Battlefront II again, which I'm really happy about, because back in the day when this came out and I was woefully unemployed, I'd shoot off a load of emails at 9:30 asking if I could do some sort of internship, and then I'd play this all day long. I was dying for them to add some more prequel characters. By the time they got around to adding the boys, I'd kind of finished with it, so it's been a lot of fun to jump back into it and get good with Dooku, who I am finding is an absolute beast. The multiplayer still holds up, and after all that microtransaction bullshit was hobbled, new modes were added, the game has just gone from strength to strength. The one part of the game I never went back to was the single player campaign, because, well, who the hell cares? It's a multiplayer focused game. But recently, due to some Luke Skywalker flavoured reveals, I've been thinking about the one level that managed to break the mould. Encased within a so-so campaign, this short mission manages to capture the essence of what made Luke Skywalker so beloved, as well as being a perfect example of the Jedi Mantra. It's a character-driven level that gives us a perfect slice of Luke Skywalker, the legend, the Jedi in his heyday at the peak of his powers. Much like the version in The Mandalorian, we get a Luke Skywalker story at a time when he still believes in his own legend. He is presented as both warrior and pacifist, the perfect balance that exemplifies what a Jedi is supposed to be. But most importantly, he changes the life of an Imperial loyalist and provides enough narrative oomph to justify a tried and tested Star Wars trope in a fresh manner. The Jedi Mantra as we know it has always drawn from typical fantasy conventions just as much as real-world religions and philosophies to create its fictitious code. Here the key teachings and principles of its biggest inspiration, Buddhism, are used to further flesh out the Jedi code with dialogue that you'd find in the movies. So it starts off pretty standard fare, you're running around doing your lightsaber thing, wrecking these poor bastards. Do you ever wonder what the AI is thinking before your comparatively godlike player character murders the shit out of them? I didn't sign up for this! They said I'd be facing Han Solo! My severance package! But one Imperial meets Luke on Pilio under unorthodox circumstances. Del never gets the chance to attack Luke because he finds him encased in insect amber. Del needs a Jedi's lightsaber to cut him out. Luke, without any bargaining or blackmail, cuts Del out just as he would any friend.
I know who you are. Why'd you help me?
Because you asked.
Under Imperial rule, everything has its price. The Empire think inwards, only of themselves, selfless only to one. Luke doesn't need anything from Del in order to cut him out of the amber. Luke does it because he sees a person in need and he can help them. When he can help, he will. Imperial or not.
I've heard 100 stories about the Jedi. They terrified me as a boy on Coruscant, but you...
Come on. We need to work together if we're gonna get out of here.
In the space of about 2 minutes, Del has witnessed Luke free him, save his damn life, and hand him a blaster that he could oh so easily use to kill his enemy. Well, I mean, it represents that. Obviously, Del versus Luke Skywalker would not go very well for Del. The gesture here is what counts, like Superman agreeing to wear regular handcuffs. Aww. It's evident from Del's dialogue that Luke Skywalker is shown to be everything he didn't think a Jedi would be. We can infer from his mention of hundreds of stories regarding the Jedi that he was exposed to Palpatine's rhetoric and deception from a young age, creating a mystique around the Order that has persisted into Del's adult life. He's never properly interacted with a Jedi before and has no real evidence to base his prejudice. All he's done is swallowed the lies of more powerful men, the same men sending him into the deathly situations that have brought him and Luke together. And I like that Del doesn't hesitate to call out Luke's decision to spare him, as if he didn't just make his way through the entire squad of stormtroopers moments beforehand.
The Force. Is that what got you past my men, or was it the lightsaber you carried?
I'm sorry.
That's what I thought. So why am I still alive?
Not to get all ludonarrative dissonancy up in here, but it's a nice touch to see the player character discuss all the brutal murder he just committed after witnessing him spare someone's life in a cutscene. Usually I don't care too much, but when you're playing as a Jedi, it makes sense to at least hang a lantern on it. I think Luke's response is also perfect. Given the opportunity to talk to an Imperial blasters down, Luke won't take the quick and easy path. The Buddhist practice of Sila operates under a principle of equality. All living beings must be considered equal. When Luke merely replies to Del with the coy,
Because you asked.
it is because Luke has no cause to see him as any different to a living being that he can help and guide. Sila is made up of 3 points from the Buddha's eightfold path, one of which being Samavaka, right speech. Luke never lies to Del or criticises his stances, he merely seeks to bestow with him the same wisdom and knowledge that he is guiding himself. And of course this fits right in with Samakamanta, right conduct, the non-violent route. Luke could have killed Del or even left him alone to die, but he didn't. Luke goes out of his way to avoid violence, even when the alternative, convincing an Imperial soldier to trust him, is much, much harder. In spite of being on opposite sides of the conflict, Del becomes an ally NPC, helping the player character towards the same goal of reaching the observatory. The first time you play this mission, it's a genuinely neat surprise. The last thing you're expecting is for this guy, Del, to get a buddy cop adventure with Luke Skywalker?
How am I supposed to open it?
With a key.
Why would the Emperor have a vault that can only be opened using the Force?
Why do you think?
You're telling me the man who destroyed the Jedi Order was secretly one of them?
No. I'm telling you that as a boy on Coruscant, you were frightened of the wrong thing.
Palpatine was able to build his empire on ignorance and fear. He twisted the reputation of the Jedi in the eyes of the Senate and then to the galaxy. For a boy growing up on Coruscant, it would have been all too easy to become indoctrinated by hate and misinformation. Rather than scold Del for thinking this way, Luke sees it as an opportunity to prove this was never the case. He lets his actions speak for themselves. Luke knows that the past is set, but always in motion is the future. It doesn't matter if Del once hated the Jedi, it matters if he hates them tomorrow. George Lucas concocted Palpatine's rise to power as a parallel to real fascism. He explained, how do you give away a democracy to end up with a tyrant? They give it away. There's no coup, there's no rebellion, they vote it in, which is what happens in real life. A character like Del is a chance to see how the everyman growing up in this horrible new age for the galaxy will be taught to think in line with the Emperor's ideals. It's clear that he was only ever instructed to be this one way. The two make their way inside the Emperor's little treasure trove, where Luke uncovers the compass he came for. Of course, this is where Del and Luke's objectives no longer align. The Imperial has been tasked with destroying this place and everything in it.
My mission is to destroy this place. Why would I let you do that?
Because I asked.
A sweet little coda to the start of the mission. Del is no match for Luke Skywalker. He could take the compass by force without breaking a sweat, and there would be absolutely nothing Del could do. But he doesn't. A Jedi seeks to be kind and compassionate to all. By merely asking, rather than overpowering, Luke shows Del the value of respecting any and all beings of which the Force flows through.
Thank you.
The Empire has taught Del to possess, to crush his opponents. Luke has shown him that there is another way. To ask means he sees Del as an autonomous being, rather than a weapon to be fought against or a barrier to be broken. He sees him as that before he sees him as an Imperial.
I won't stop you from destroying this vault. Wouldn't you say the Empire's done enough damage to innocent worlds?
You could show someone who's never seen Star Wars this mission and get them to play it for 15 minutes and they would come to understand the core of what the Luke Skywalker character is all about. They would also come to attain the core principles of what the perfect Jedi must be. Assertive but never aggressive, always seeking peace for all people. Much like Yoda in Clone Wars Ambush, the Jedi in this story manages to illuminate the best traits of our lead character or characters, and they prevail against the unthinkable. An excerpt from the High Commissioner's dialogue that was held in Geneva December 2012 surmises a key part of the Buddha's story that I think perfectly describes this Jedi tale. Wherever the Buddha went, he won the hearts of the people because he dealt with their true feelings. He advised them not to accept his words on blind faith, but to decide for themselves whether his teachings are right or wrong, then follow them. He encouraged everyone to have compassion for each other and develop their own virtue. You should do your own work, for I can teach only the way. I've just started making digital art on the Full Fat Videos Instagram. I'm currently a bit of an enthusiastic amateur, but I want to keep getting better and I would love it if you came with me on this little creative journey. I post a lot of Star Wars art, Doctors as Jedi, Keanu Reeves, because of course. I've also just started dropping more videos on the Full Fat Podcast channel. I'm currently reviewing every single episode of the Clone Wars on the podcast, including Ambush and the Malevolence trilogy, so if you want to check those out, you can find them every week on the Full Fat Podcast YouTube channel. I'll also be gearing up to review WandaVision week by week. I've got a lot of content coming to the second channel this year, so get on over there, hit subscribe, and if you feel so inclined, please hit the notifications bell too. Thank you. The Star Wars tracks in this video were very kindly provided by Samuel Kim Music. You can check out some of his awesome tracks over at his channel, the details of which are in the description below. Hi guys, Matt here. Thank you for watching another full fat video. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit the bell so you know when a new video drops. If you'd like to get in touch with me, why not follow me on Twitter at fullfatvideos or on Instagram at full_fat_videos. A big personal thank you to our full fat tier patrons, Dr. Chike, Jax Merrick and Cyrus Solker. Your ongoing support keeps the lights on. Until next time, keep it full fat.